Welcome to another Discovery Bay Comics production. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Good morning, good afternoon, how are you? I'm JB. Welcome to another edition of Nerd News Today. I don't even know what I'm going to call this show, but you know what? I'm back. An awkward sip of coffee. Shout out to my coffee mug sponsor right here, Pops with Purpose. Shout out to my t-shirt sponsor today, 36 Chambers Tattoo Studio, and shout out to anybody who's watching this live or on the replay. I really do appreciate you. So let's get started with the show. First, let me turn that one off because that fired, and tell you from the beginning, I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of Nerd News Today. And this is the show where I'm going to tell you what's going on in just the world of nerdom. We're talking, you know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Mandalorian. We're going to talk about Funko Pops. And then we are going to get to today's live stream lineup after the Instagram tag of the day. That's right. We're going to go shoot on over to Instagram and see who's tagged me today and who will be getting that share. And then we're going to jump on over to the live stream lineup. And if you don't know what that means, if you're new to the channel, let me explain real quick. I'm a stay-at-home dad going through that midlife crisis thing, and I love comic books, Funko Pops, action figures. And man, I like to share channels that also share those interests, especially channels that offer what I like to call the live stream experience. If you like to get into a live stream and chit chat with people from all over the planet, then this is the channel for you, because I'm going to tell you every single day what is on live in the comic book and Funko Pop community with the live stream lineup. And how do I do that? Well, I maintain a playlist on the homepage, and I'm going to share that playlist with you in a second. Now, how are we going to close today's show? Notice I cut some of the stuff out. We're going to close today's show by shouting out the chat. The people who are actually in the live show, we're going to go ahead and say hi to them at the end of the show. And I'll tell you what, we're going to highlight their comments and use the full functionality of StreamYard. So if they've got a bumper, you may hear it in the last 5 minutes of the show. Now, other changes that we've made to the show, well, you're going to have to stick around and find out, because I want to keep this thing in a fast pace. If you notice the thumbnail, this entire show is going to go 30 minutes or less. And there are timestamps in the description once this posts, so you can jump ahead to your favorite segment. So let's get started. First, before we get started, I do want to take a moment to shout out a couple of people, including that coffee mug sponsor, Pops with Purpose. I will be adding, which it's not in there now, but I'll be adding links in the description below. Go check out Pops with Purpose. This is a great father-daughter team. Michael and Faith, man, I almost forgot her name. Michael and Faith are doing great things over at that channel. Check them out. And then huge shout out to my t-shirt sponsor, big supporter of the channel, Mr. Big H, Howard over at 36 Chambers Tattoo Studio. Go check him out. There is a link to his channel on my homepage. And my push to 1,000. And man, there's a lot of channels that are getting close, man. But I'll tell you what, if you're not down with this channel, this is my push to 1,000. Make sure somebody goes over and checks out my man, the Immortal. Biggie. Oh, yeah. 940 subscribers. My man, the Immortal BiggieShaq's one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. Big time comic collector. He reads his books. Go check him out. There will be a link added to the description below. Now, let's get on with today's show with Nerd News. All right, as you can see, we made a few changes, changed the layout a little bit, and as you can tell, we're going to go timer. I've got 5 minutes to give you today's nerd news before we get to the next segment of the show, which is right below there, the Instagram tag of the day. So, straight up, I need to personally thank Filoni and Feige and everybody responsible for The Mandalorian. This is the Star Wars. I don't know if I've ever been at a higher Star Wars fandom than I am right now Seriously, it's amazing. And if you didn't watch it to the end, I'm not going to go full-blown spoilers, but man, come on. If you haven't watched it already, you must not even be on social media, because now, like, all the spoilers are on the thumbnails of these things. So you know what happened, but go check it out. And watch to the very end, because I've been watching to the very end to see the original art, because that's one of my favorite things, you know, the concept art for the actual episode. But in this episode, in the finale, they gave us a sneak peek to the next show, which I'm going to give you a little jump to the next one. That's right, Boba Fett is coming in his own show called The Book of Boba, and it has just been confirmed as of this morning, I do believe, the 20th or yesterday, that this is going to be a separate show, because there was speculation, would The Book of Boba just be season 3 of Mandalorian, and it is not. This is a separate story, but with the same creative team. That's going to be fantastic. By the way, I am referencing comicbook.com. I've been really digging this website as a source of news. Now, also, man, did you see all of the shows? I want to ask right now, what show are you most excited for? I'll tell you right now, it's going to be this one right here. I'm really looking forward. If you didn't know, every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, over on Wayne Co. Studios, we've been doing the Mandalorian review. We're going to take that same panel and we're going to start reviewing this and the next sequential Marvel show. Which one are you most excited for? Let me give you the quick rundown of everything that's coming out. Not only do we have WandaVision, which I think is going to be absolutely brilliant. I mean, I could see already the concept of each individual episode being a different time period, and this is going to be really good. Now, that's only going to be 6 episodes. Then we've got Winter and the Falcon Soldier that's going to start on March 19th. Notice they don't step on each other's toes, and that again is only 6 episodes. Brilliant strategy. Now, I'm not so jumped on that one, but this one I think is going to be fantastic. Coming in May, Loki. Think about the last time we saw Loki in Endgame. He actually disappeared with the Cosmic Cube, right? Now, we know that he gets picked up by the Time Variance people, and I think, this is my spoiler, this is just a guess, I think they're going to send Loki back into all the different timelines and have him eliminate the Loki that's there. Does that make sense? Anyway, this is shaping up to be an amazing series, and they're crushing it. Now, what if? I love collecting what if. And they're doing it animated, which is the way to go, because then they can really get creative there. This one, just the sneak peeks that they gave you already were fantastic. How am I doing on time? I got 1:25. I'm going to have to jump off of this and get into the next segment. Hawkeye. This one's going to be good. Haley Steinfeld, who I'm a big fan of, by the way, she's going to be taking up the role of Hawkeye in this Marvel series that they have not given the date for. I'm not going to go through them all, but they are referenced here on Collider.com. There will be a link in the description below to this article. Now, real quick, I want to talk about some pops. I have found that this Instagram page, diz.pops, man, this guy is great. I don't know how much time he spends on this, but I am referencing this. They are dropping knowledge like all day long. If you're not following diz.pops for your like late breaking Funko news, you're missing out. Man, I'll tell you what, this guy's dropping a ton of knowledge. Also, and I'm going to scroll through some of the posts. The community comments that you're hearing on here are what makes this another thing that makes this particular page special, in my opinion. So that's it. I want you to head on over to Diz Pops and get the latest breaking Funko news. It's all Star Wars, man. It's all Star Wars. And go check out what's going on over there. That's today's nerd news, folks. Let me make sure I got that stinger off. And let's go on and head over to the next segment, which is going to be the Instagram tag of the day. The Instagram tag of the day. Yeah, all right. So now I'm going to go ahead and change that header, and in 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and hit that live stream playlist, so stick around. Also, if you're watching this on the rewind, don't forget to, there are timestamps in the description below if you want to jump ahead to your favorite segment. Let's get on over to the Instagram tag of the day, and what is that, you ask? Well, shout out to the 2,770 followers of the channel on Instagram. I have been keeping up with most of my tags. My Ep.388 has just been fire with the Star Wars recently. But what I like to do is I like to go to the tagged area, and if you've tagged me in a comic book Funko Pop combination, I'm going to go ahead and share that out to the 2,700 followers of the channel. But you don't have to just tag me on that. If you got news about your shows coming up, it's a great way to get a shout out in the show. So let's start at the first one. What do we got here? I didn't even preview it, but my man, there he is, Ep.388, talking about Loki. Look at that. I did not plan this, by the way. This is just on the cuff. Now, True Believers, another great channel there in Madison, Wisconsin, is talking about his top 31 comic finds of 2020. Very cool. And he's got the Goon on there. Ep.388 coming with the video. I can't play the audio because I'm not sure if there's any audio in there, but man, you're on fire with the Star Wars. Who else has tagged me? Oh, my man, Chili's Pull List. I'm going to come back to Chili's Pull List because, as I mentioned, this show is coming back 5 days a week, and I will be closing, as long as he tags me in it, I'm going to be closing each of the Instagram Tag of the Day segments with the prayer of the day from Chili's Pull List. So we'll come back to that one. But Mr. Comics89, my man Matt over at Mr. Comics89 says he's doing a major unboxing of a Spider-Man key today. So make sure you go ahead and check him out. What else have we got over here? Oh man, I'm going to shout out the chat real quick. This is a great segment to shout out the chat. I should shout out chat during the Instagram. I think it's natural. Real quick, let's shout out the chat. My man, Immortal BiggieShaq, my push to 1,000 is in the chat. How you doing, my man? Terry all day. Ultra Maximus. I almost feel like the person who doesn't want to give out the information, but this is what I do. Go sub to Ultra Maximus for some information. Serious. The real information. You see the seriousness in my face? If you're not subbed to Ultra Maximus, you're flat out missing out. Flash Ray Videos is in the chat. Thanks for stopping in. By the way, Flash Ray, dude, your series right now, he's doing the everyday Lego Build-A-Figure for the Advent calendar, and he's got him down to like a minute 15. Dude, go check out my man Flash Ray. Who else is in the chat? Jaguar, and you know what? I wrote this down because I've been saying it wrong the whole time. You ready? Chiaquatal. See, I had to write it down. Chiaquatal. I wrote this down last night. I felt like I was saying it wrong. Go check out Jaguar's latest video. He gives you, what he learned in 2020. I thought it was great. My man Jeff Schultze from Chicago is here. I know I'm supposed to do this at the end, and I'm in the Instagram tag of the day, but I don't have too many tags. So we're just going to really quickly hit the chat. Southern Comic Geek is here. My man Sith Lordy is here. All right, let's finish off this segment. I got 2 minutes left. Ep.388 is going to get the share. This one's an action figure comic book crushing the Star Wars content. My man Ep.388, if you're not following him, check him out. My man Doom Comics out there in Brooklyn, New York is doing a raffle. Check that out. All right, who else do we got here? Ooh, Foxy. Man, I think I owe Foxy some. Did you guys see the Star Wars? Did Foxy dropped on me just because I got to do it right now? Look at this. I'm going to blow your mind. Ready for this? Foxy A-okayed me this. Ready? Boom. This is my very first graded card, by the way, ever. My very first graded card. And he sent me from 1977, Star Wars Luke, the Star Warrior, number 301 in a near mint 8. Look at that. Foxy. Anyway, I owe Fox some ramen, which, by the way, if you don't know, Fox loves some ramen. And I owe him some socks because he had a cool one. And if you did not know, there is a brand new Patreon creator tier over on... I can't remember what channel that is. I just blew that read. But there's a new Patreon creator tier that they made in honor of Foxy. It costs $17.38 to get in. Go check that out. All right, you know what? I think it's time to go and wrap up this segment. So I'm going to head back to my Chili's pull list, and I'm going to give you the prayer of the day. You guys ready? By the way, shout out to Chili's pull list. Lord, I thank you for coming to earth so you could redeem me. When I think of the extent of which you were willing to go in order to save me, it makes me want to shout, to celebrate, and to cry with thankfulness. You love me so much, and I am so grateful for that love. Without you, I would still be lost in sin. But because of everything you have done for me today, I am free. My life is blessed. Jesus is my Lord. Heaven is my home, and Satan has no right to control me. I will be eternally thankful for you for everything you did to save me. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Rick Renner. Chili's pull list. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And that is the Instagram tag of the day. Let's get to the next segment, folks, which is... You ready for it? Where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, man, I didn't have it lined up. There it is. Ready? All right, now I got 5 minutes to get down to the live stream playlist, so we got to hit this thing and hit it fast. Here we go, folks. In the live stream playlist, if you're not familiar with this, my homepage has a couple of playlists on there. I like to highlight content creators, smaller content creators. I mean, the big guys don't need my help, right? But this is a way for you to find new channels, new content. Specifically, anyone that has set up a premiere video or has scheduled a live is in this playlist, and I maintain it basically all day. As someone that I am subscribed to adds content to this, I slot it in the appropriate time slot. As a live ends, I will remove it from the playlist. How can you use this? Well, not only do you find new channels, but if you've deciding that I want to go live at 6, you may want to check the schedule and see who you're up against. It's a great resource for that, and one of the original reasons why I created it. Now, why live stream only? Because that's where we get to hang out. And that's what I like to do. Best part of this community, in my opinion, is hanging out in the lives and chatting with the people all around the world. And if you want to hang out in some lives today, this is where you can go every day to get your live stream playlist. Let's take a look at the homepage. I've done some revamping, changed some stuff around. And real quick, I want to shout out my Patreon creator tier. If you're not familiar with the channels that are in this strip, there are 11 channels. Please take a moment and just check them out. They are big supporters of the channel, and I want to shout them out. Chad RCG is coming back strong, folks. He's going to be going live later on today. My man Metaphorical, you know it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He's doing his thing. Brian at Simpleman's. Come on, man, dropping content. Books NYC. Kavi is going to be tomorrow's push to 1,000. He's at 956. Today's t-shirt, 36 Chambers Tattoo Studio. Short Box Padawan. Jack B from Michigan, my man, ComicManAndy, Robb Boswell, Chris at Mr. Techbot, and only, wait a minute, look at this, 2 subscribers away from 100 Deep Dive Comics. Let's go check him out. All right, let's go to the live stream playlist. And first up, if you're every Monday, go check out Bueller. He went live today. He went an hour and a half. It's not the normal coffee show. That'll return next week. Right? I think that's what he said. It'll return next week. But man, if you want to see what he got from Florida, go check that one out. Next up, we got Whack Comics at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern is doing a creator interview with Chris Hicks of Dark Hero. Also at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Simply Incredible podcast, the Turning Test Fun Puzzle Gaming. Had no idea what the hell that means. But next up at 3:05 p.m. right here on this channel, we've got another edition of Comic Book Keep or Sell. This is an interactive type of show. I'm going to share 10 books with you. I'm going to have some people on the panel, and if you're a member, I've got custom emojis for you to drop during the broadcast. We're going to ask the question, do I keep it or do I sell it? But we're not just going to ask the question, we're going to reference it. And we're going to show you, the community, what we use to determine whether or not we keep or sell our books. Am I going to check eBay? Heck yeah. Am I checking Key Collector? You know it. Go Collect? Absolutely. We're going to show you which apps we use to decide what I'm keeping or selling, and the chat's going to help me decide also. Come on through at 3:05 p.m. Pacific, 6:05 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. 1 hour show, 10 books. Have fun. All right, next up, let's see what we got in the live stream playlist. Homespun Geek at 4 p.m. Pacific, and then at 4:30, we've got my man Jason over at Southern Comic Geek is talking Hunting Foreign Edition comics with Robb's Comics and Define 999 from Global Comic Safari. Man, foreign edition comics. This might be something you want to get on. Chad was doing foreign slab comics, so I mean, there's definitely a market here. Now, man, this is one of the reasons I brought the show back. I wanted to shout out this. There has been a channel change, but the show must go on. If you're not watching Comigories, now's the time. There will be a link in the live stream playlist. Go check out John's Comics with Kids as he's bringing the crew back, and they're bringing Comigories back with a special holiday edition. This show is intense. We're talking a timer. We're talking random categories. We're talking selling it too, man. You got to sell your book, man. Not only do you got to choose under the timer, but you got to make sure you're talking the game. Get the vote out and be part of this show. The way it's done interactive, there's a little poll. Well, I wonder if they'll be able to drop the poll with the way the links are going today. There's a poll. Go to the poll. Vote for your person. One of the best shows going. I'm hitting the thumbs up and setting the reminder for that one, folks. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, also at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, Hialeah Comic Bro is coming with the Johnson Show number 13. And this is where we're talking sports. Oh, I knew this segment was going to run long, but it's all right. We're going to keep it going. Also, okay, at 5:30 on Monday, and every Monday it is the Wheel of Misfortune. Go check out Popular Opinion. This is totally fun show. He's really playing Wheel of, because I don't even know if you can say it, right? Wheel of Fortune. Anyway, they're playing Wheel of Misfortune because they're not playing Wheel of Fortune. And it's fun. Go check them out, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, and at 6 p.m. Pacific, you got Vincent McClain, The Comic Machine. These are all in the playlist, folks. Go check them out. Also at 6 p.m., we've got McDork's Pops. I got to go to the full list so we can get the full list. The page only shows 12. There are more than 12 in the live stream playlist. So go ahead and show full list if you want to see everything else. And I was only missing one, and there it is. There's another one I'm going to mention because it is Monday. But Mondays, Home of the New York Warriors are chilling, and their post is already up. If you're not familiar with that channel, go check them out. And also on Mondays, they're not set up yet. I was part of this one. It's the best book club going every Monday over on Comic Core Modern Men. Go check out Modern Men on Comic Core. That was it, folks. Let's get to the next segment of the show. Boom, not nerd news. It's time for, I don't even know if it's going to work. Where's it at? This one. No. All right, let's shout out the chat. I think did I load the chat? Man, I hope I loaded the chat browser. No, did not load the chat. You know what? I did pop out the chat. So let's load the chat. Little technical difficulties here. We're going to copy that. We'll go over here. I got that OBS. By the way, I dropped a new video over the weekend where I showed everybody all the different features of OBS that I'm using. And here's one of them right here. We're going to go ahead and show the chat. So let's go ahead and shout out the people in the chat. I'm going to roll on over to StreamYard. I want to thank everybody who's been hanging out with me for this show. I really do appreciate you taking the time to hang out. If you're watching this on the rewind, thank you so much. And if you haven't already, you know where I'm going with it. Actually, look at the chat first. Well, that's how I'm going to close. When I throw you that thumbs up and shout the channel. All right. John's Comics with Kids says, I was thinking about you yesterday. Oh, Legend. The Great Legend's in here. Whoa, hold on. Let's start there. Just stopping by. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Hey, R. Dowdy 95. The Great Legend. Thank you, my friend, for stopping in. John's Comics with Kids is here. Cherokee Metal says, what's up, fellas? Dude, your avatar. Very nice. Cyborg Dad Mystery is in the chat and dropping content. Go check him out. I shared him. And you ready? I got to warm up. Hold on. And you know, we lost the camera. We lost the camera. Look at that. Lost. Am I still on? I can't tell if I'm still on. I lost the camera. You got to be kidding me. All right, we'll go to the camera. Wow, I lost the camera. Technical difficulties right before I was getting to Reyes Jr. Hey, Jordan Cologne, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. I lost my camera. Let me turn that off. Camera circle. The camera is gone. Let's see if I can get it to come back. I don't think I will because it never works that way. Nope, camera's dead. Unbelievable. So, hey, this is the, you know what? I wonder if I can put a logo in here. No, I'm unbelievable. My first show back having this. Let's go. You guys can still hear me. Weapon X says, hey, it's not about you anyway. It's about the chat. You know what we're going to do? This is how we're going to roll this segment. We are going to just work with it. We're going to take the browser. We're going to take the chat. We're going to make the chat the show. All right, folks, let's go ahead and close out this one strong. I want to thank everybody for popping in. Mama J, thanks for stopping in. Jaguar Chioquatal is in the chat. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I know, brutal. Technical difficulties on my very first show back. Bummer. But I do appreciate you, everybody who's coming in. Schulte from Chicago. Mama J's here. Ultra Maximus was in early. If you're watching this on the rewind, man, I can't believe that just happened. Come on, man. So bummed right now. I can't believe that happened. Well, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and now the audio is gone. Now the audio is gone. No audio. Audio, no audio. All right, here we go.